Hello and welcome to Fusion Fundamentals with me, MJ. Today we're going to be doing something a bit different. If you saw yesterday's video, you will see that we made this windmill. So I'm learning Blender. I suck at it, but I'm trying. So I'm just going to show you the basics of how to make this little simple animation of your parts. So let's dive in. So if you watch my previous video, you'll see that we did this design just to showcase how to make that curved blade. What I'm going to do today is just show you how to do a basic animation of this in Blender. So all the people out there that know something about Blender, please don't send hate comments my way. I'm a super noob. I'm just trying to learn how to do the animation, so I thought I'll just show what I've done so far. So let's go into Blender. So now when we're in Blender, I'm just going to click on the default cube X to delete it, and I'm going to go File and Import and 3MF. That 3MF is, you got to put in a little add-in to access that, but there it is. So now I'm in object mode at the moment. I'm just going to select the blades and then select the hub and Control P, and I'm going to set these blades parented to the hub. So now if I G move the hub, the blades come with it. Now I want to add some color, so I'm going to go, I've got this here, this is Blender Kit, it's quite cool. I'm pretty useless at making my own colors, so Blender Kit is a fantastic little plugin. I want to get some red for the blades, so then you just kind of scroll through. I like this one. So let me just select these blades. It's only giving me one, so we'll go one at a time. There we go. Let's just go into, that's the render view. This is our working view or viewport shading. So these are the things I'm still learning. And then we've got our colors. I think the hub was blue. So let's find a blue. Select the hub, select our color, and then we'll get something silver for the stand thing, or the tower. So there we've got our colors, but we've got no lighting. If I go into the viewport mode, you can see, or in the render mode, it's quite dark. So what I've learned is I also suck at lighting. I found an add-in for, or a plugin for 3-point lighting. So if I Control Shift A, go down to light, it's got this 3-point light option. You can see up there it's placed my lights. I think those are probably a bit high, so I'm just going to grab them, click on it, G, and on the Z axis just bring it down a bit. And like I said, if you can see that I'm stuffing this up, feel free to say something, but don't hate me. I'm just trying to learn this. But anyway, and now down over here in the light section, you can see they're only 1.5 watts, so I'm not getting much power there. So let's get this 120, change this one, or make that maybe 200. Here we can see our windmill is lighting up a bit. So there we've got our windmill. What I want to do is just add a nice little white area. So what I've been doing is going add mesh and going UV sphere, and I'll just scale this right up. So you select it, press S, and then we can just go in there and add a material. I'll change this to a background, and probably find when we get in there, you can set that up, the strength, but that looks good enough. So now's the fun part. We add in some armatures and add in some rotation. So what I've done on this little hub is made a super tiny hole so that I can get the cursor selected there. So I've selected this in object mode. Tab to get there. Now if you zoom in there, it's actually not letting me zoom in. Let's turn off the sphere, and there it lets me zoom in. I think I just can't compute things of such different sizes. So I'm going to select right in the middle, as close to the middle as I can. So in Fusion, this little hole was 0.01 millimeters diameter circle. Shift S, cursor to select, there we go. Now it's moved it for us. Go back into object mode, Shift A, and there's my armature. So I'm just going to scale this down, just there, and then if I go into over here, I can change the viewport display to in front. So, I mean, it probably doesn't affect us, but if you're doing something and it's sort of behind an object, now you can at least still see it. So if I click on there and go R to rotate, we can see that our armature rotates around, but nothing else moves with it because I need to parent this object to it. So I'll click on that object, Shift, click armature, then Control P, and I want it to be parented to the bone. So now if I rotate this, we can see our fan or our windmill is spinning. So I'm just going to lift this up here. I can see that this can select a whole bunch of different things there, but I'm just having this timeline editor. So I'm setting a default for our armature. I'm going to push I and lock rotation and scale. So that's in there. We see we've got a marker there, and if I go, let's make this so it's 250 frames. It's a bit long, so I'll go in there, over there, output, and just change this to 150 frames. And now I'm going to select my armature again, R, and it doesn't matter which direction, but we want it on the Y axis. I'll type Y and 720, and if I push enter and then I again, lock rotation and scale, it should, there we go, plays it back. So now we can see our windmill turning. So I'm going to go turn the sphere back on. You can see my scene settings are awful, but I still suck at this, and I'm starting to get the hang of it. But there, if I push play now, we can see we've got the windmill turning. You can add in a camera and then do a render of it. But that's the basics, the super duper basics of animating a single rotating thing in Blender. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Please keep the hate mail to a minimum. Till next time, bye.